Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Sunday English Show. I'm here with a very, very special guest. He is one of the best English teachers in the world, a good friend of mine. He has taught me so much. Here is Teacher Mike. Hello, Teacher Mike.
Hello. Hey, Robin. Hey, everybody out in YouTube land. It's so good to see you. And thanks for inviting me to this live stream tonight.
Uh, we are both in Korea right now, so we do not live in the same city. I live closer to Seoul. Where are you right now, Mike?
I live in Incheon, so just a little bit further out from Seoul, up north.
All right. Okay. Yeah, it's west of Seoul.
I guess, yeah, there too.
If you have any questions for Mike, please get them into the chat as soon as you can. I imagine there's going to be a lot of questions. Let's take a look at who's in the chat right now. We have Pallavi, who says, hello, Teacher Mike. Let's put it on the screen here.
Hello,
You're my
Pallavi.
favorite teacher. Pallavi says, you're my favorite teacher. I love all your lessons. I love you teaching. How long have you been teaching English, Mike?
Oh, wow. So I will say I have been teaching now for since about 2010. So about 12 years. 12 years now.
And what age groups have you taught the most?
The groups I've taught the most were upper elementary, middle school. So around 12 to about 14 years old. And then I've also worked with high schoolers.
Okay, we have Layla. Hello, Layla. Suresh Kumar. I learned English speaking. Yes.
Nice.
And Yasmina's here. We have Rixmi, Ali Abdi, Lisa. I'm gonna probably miss a few names. Sorry about that. Sleepwalker, Stacy John. Nice to see you again. And Layla comes in. Mike, you have a great sense of humor. Is that true? Are you a funny guy?
I think I'm a funny guy. I used to always get in trouble in school because I would always tell jokes when I was a kid. And so ever since being a kid, I've always tried to be funny because a good sense of humor takes you a long way. It really helps out in life.
Yes, I think Mike has a great sense of humor. We have Lolly. Hello from France. Hello, Lolly.
Hello.
Lolly is a loyal viewer. She goes to almost every live stream, and I'm sure she will watch your live stream.
Nice. I used to learn French for about 2 years in high school. I wish I would have gotten better though.
I'm Canadian, so French is second language French is an official language, not second language. So I learned French in middle school and university, but after coming to Korea, all gone.
Yeah. I understand that.
Did you live in Japan?
I did. I did live in Japan. I lived in Japan for about 1 year as a college student. I was studying Japanese every day for 3 to 4 hours a day.
How's your Japanese?
My Japanese, I can still speak Japanese. I even still have my textbooks with me. My Japanese is not as good as my Korean now because once I came to Korea, but when I go back to Japan and use it, then my Japanese comes back.
Hello, Dewey. All right. If you have any questions for Mike, get them in. Anna Maria is here.
Hello, Anna Maria.
And some people, we have Juan Incheon. Yes. Necky's here. Harry 300. Welcome. English with Thulkasser. Hi, Mike. What is the difference between simple past tense and past perfect tense using in conversation? Don't answer that, Mike. Right now, we are not going to answer tense questions like this. Sorry, English with Thulkal. That's a little heavy for Mike's first live stream.
Sorry about that. Another time.
Yeah, maybe next week. All right, we have lots of people. I do want to mention at this point that Mike has his own new English channel called Mike's English Lab. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So I recently, within the last couple of months, started an English channel just because I enjoy teaching and I really wanted to teach English. As you know, I always, well, not always, but as you know, I speak different languages. So I love language and I love working with other people who love language as well. And so English is something I'm kind of good at. And I say that with sarcasm. I speak English fairly well, so I said, let me help other people with their English also. And so, yes,
Are you pointing at your muscle here?
yes, I am pointing at my muscle.
Why?
Uh,
Why are you doing that? You have big
be-
muscles.
because I'm kind of a dork
Okay.
for taking that pose, but I also like to exercise. So,
All right. So yeah, I see you have a lot of shorts there. How would you describe these shorts?
so I would describe these shorts. A lot of them are used to kind of I like to encourage people through shorts in studying English. So I have some encouraging English videos. So for example, this is why you should learn English. That was more of a video to encourage you to learn English. And for those who are, it's just saying keep going. And then some of the other ones, some of my earlier ones, is just information, letting you know different ways that Americans say certain words in English. And then you see my longer videos. So far, I'm doing so far in my longer video.
Are you
Sorry.
American? Because you wear that American shirt there.
Yes, I am American. I bought that shirt recently, and so every time I wear it, it makes me laugh because I normally don't wear American shirts or American pants. But I thought for the video, just to show that I speak English and teach English, I said, "Hey, let's wear an American shirt."
Which part of America are you from?
I am from the southeast, and I talk to a lot of people, even over here in Korea, and they're like, "Where exactly is that?" So I live in North Carolina, which is in the southeast. So if you have the U.S. map here, then I live all the way down here. So only a few states north of Florida at the very bottom.
Okay.
So it's very hot and humid over there.
You also have another channel called Mike Cole. What's that?
Yes.
What's that channel about?
So my Cole was my main channel, which I've been growing for about 5 years. But I talk about what it's like being a foreign guy living in Korea. And so I've done a lot of videos on Korean, some stuff on Korean history, Korean culture. Also, I think one of my most popular videos was I tried on skin whitening cream, which just I always just wanted to try it on, just see what it was like. And
That sounds very interesting.
yeah, so it was a fun channel, but right now I'm focusing a little bit more on my English channel for all
Right.
of you.
And you also do Twitch.
And I also do Twitch. So yeah, I love playing games. And so I have my PlayStation 5 over here, and I play a lot of these days I'm playing a lot of Star Wars, and I do a lot of like Resident Evil types, things that people are afraid to play, but so I play it for them.
Okay. Wow, you seem to have a lot of energy to do all this stuff.
I have a lot of energy, a lot of energy.
All right, I'd like to tell the audience that we're also in WhatsApp. Please join our WhatsApp group. I'm going to you can find the link below the video, but I'm also going to put the link in the chat here. Please join the group. You can talk to me, Mike, and other teachers at any time. It's a good group. Please join it. We are there. You can talk to us today. All right, I gotta go back to the chat here because there's questions coming in, and I'd like to get to the different questions. Give me a moment.
Not a problem. Not a problem. And again, thank you for the invite, and thanks everybody else for showing up to the live stream. You know, taking time out of your day to come and just chat with us. Thank you.
All right. So there was where are you from? We got that. America. Lots of people want to speak English. Yeah, we're here to help you with your English.
We
What's your
are.
nationality? Good morning from Honduras. Have you traveled a lot?
I've traveled a lot since living in Korea. And I would say since I moved to Korea, I've been back to Japan, through China, Australia, Taiwan. I love Taiwan. Where else? Where else? Where else? Where else? Malaysia. No, Myanmar. I haven't gone to Malaysia yet, but I want to.
Oh,
Actually, no, I'm wrong. I haven't been to Myanmar. I've been to Malaysia because for a
yeah.
basketball tournament. And I didn't play, but I coached. And so, yeah, love it. And then when I was a kid, I used to live in Panama because my dad was in the military
Oh, really? How long were you in Panama?
for 3 years.
So, did you visit Honduras? I
I
think
I
I go to Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras.
I
Did you
wish
get?
I did. I didn't. My dad went for like a military training, but like he left me in Panama. I really wanted to go, but he just like,
Okay.
stay home.
Well, Arturo, I've been to Honduras. I've been to. It's a lovely place. Layla's coming in. Mike, could you please let us know about the main reason that made you leave the United States of America?
Sure. Good question. The main reason why I left the US is because I really love living overseas. I love meeting people from different countries and I like speaking different languages. And when I live in the US, I found it kind of hard to be able to do that. And I think because I lived in Japan for 1 year, I I guess I got what we call the travel bug. In living overseas and trying a different life, I really wanted to go back to that life. And so when I talked about Japan or I talked about Asia to many Americans, they couldn't understand, or I could speak more than one language then, and many Americans couldn't understand. So I said, I think I should go back to Asia. And so I came back over here and and I love it. And I'm pretty sure you understand that too, Robin. Just it's different when you live overseas. It's hard to talk to people back home who don't understand you.
It's great living overseas.
Yes.
So happy to see you, Mike, from Anna Maria. Excuse me.
So happy to see you too.
Raju Online Academy. How can I improve my speaking in English, Mike?
I'll tell you. So this is something because I'm studying Korean. I have a ton of Korean textbooks behind me. One way that I'm working on my speaking for Korean, and I think it will help you as well with your English, is I like to look at some shows on Netflix that I like, but on Google, the like Google extensions, there's something called oh man, what's it called? Learn English with Netflix. And you can, it's a free download. You can just add it to your Google Chrome extension. And what it do is if you look at Netflix on your computer, it has two sets of subtitles. So it could be your mother tongue, and then it could be the language you want to learn. So I will look at a Korean drama, and then I'll have the English, and then I'll have Korean. So that way, if I look at it, I can see what they're saying in Korean and see what it is in English. And it's helped out a lot. That's it.
That's it. Learn. I've never heard of this until you mention it. Learn English with Netflix. So this helps you a lot.
It helps me a lot. And what I will do, my personal way of learning is whatever I want to see, I'll watch it first. So if you want to see a movie, let's say you want to see a Marvel movie, but you want to learn what some of the phrases are, watch the movie first in your language. So that way you can enjoy it. You can enjoy the story, and then watch it a second time. So that way you can learn the actual phrases and the language.
I want to be an English teacher. Please tell me something about that. I think Mike and I both have a lot of education in education. So, RF, I would suggest you get a lot of education about teaching.
Mhm.
Especially you can get a university education, but if at least you can get a certificate like a TESOL certificate or a CELTA certificate.
Mhm.
Anything to add? Anything to add, Mike? To Arif's?
No, I think you said it. Everything needs to be said. I think just that the education is a big part, because if you want to, I guess, get into education, it's important to also receive education.
All right, another WhatsApp group. Yeah, we have the WhatsApp group. I'll post it again. Please join. Talk to you later. English with please explain. He's still asking the grant. We are not going to teach grammar today. So I'm sorry. All right, we have a lot of people from around the world.
Awesome.
Dewey, hello, Robin and Mike. This is the first time I see you in live stream, Mike. Mike's going to be in a lot of live streams, so get used to him. He will be back here next week teaching.
I will. I will be
Mike, do you have some background noise in your room there?
What did it sound like?
Some radio or?
I don't, but I'm curious if it's a little bit of feedback from the audio going back into the microphone.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah, I
could
think
be
it is. Can you turn off the?
Sure,
Do you have any
let me-
headphones?
I do. Excuse me for 1 second. Let me grab them.
All right, I'll take care of the chat. Hello, Caranto. Want to be fluent in English? That's good. What were the hardest part of learning other language? Oh, that's going to be for Mike. We have Emily from South Korea. Hello, Emily. We don't get many Korean fans. Are you both teaching at university? Yes. I teach at a university. Mike teaches at an international school. Safari. Oh, thanks. We got people from India, Ethiopia.
Found okay.
Yeah, Mike teaches at an international school.
I am back. I am back.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Why do I not hear? It's funny. I cannot hear you now with my headphones.
All right. It's not that loud, Mike. So you don't have to worry about it. We can continue.
No worries. I just turned down my volume on my computer, so
All right.
it won't go back into mic. Okay.
Mike, what was the hardest part of learning another language for you?
I think the hardest part about learning other languages, I would say, is definitely the speaking, but more specifically is gaining the confidence to speak. I think that is, with speaking, we know that you're kind of mixing different grammar with different words all the time. But to get to the point to where you can do that, you have to build the confidence to speak with native speakers. And I think that is really, 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 that's really hard. I think you can do it. You just have to take a risk. You have to have courage, and you have to want to make mistakes. Because the more mistakes you make, the more, I'm not going to say not perfect, but the more closer you'll get to your goal. The more mistakes you make, the closer you get.
All right. Now we have a serious question.
Nice.
What are those stickers on your laptop? Mike, seems like you like anime so much. Great.
Yeah. So the stickers, for those who like Street Fighter, these are a lot of Street Fighter stickers. So because it's backwards for me. So let me see. So of course there's Ryu. Everybody knows Ryu. Oh, Hadouken, that guy. Evil Ryu. There's Ken way over here, and then there's Violent Ken, who's from another series, but same character. And of course, I have the Korean flag, just because I'm in Korea. And these stickers are my exclusives from my channel. Had them made, but never sent them to anybody. So I actually have stickers from my Korean channel. And then then I have all my figures back here.
You are a child at heart.
I am. You have to be sometimes.
So many questions are you teaching at a university too, Mike? I said you were teaching at an international school. That's correct?
That is correct. That is correct.
And what is your favorite anime? Why do you like it?
Oh man, that's a really good question.
I know Mike loves anime, so I might keep it a short answer. I know you want to talk an hour about that.
We'll keep it short. My favorite anime is probably Cowboy Bebop because it has a really good story. It's only 24 episodes, and it has all the great parts of what a story should be. Good characters, a great plot, and you see the characters change throughout the story and become better. So
now that's funny because I don't know anything about Japanese anime, but I did watch Cowboy Bebop, the animation.
Oh, you did?
Recently I watched the live action version on Netflix. Do you see the live action version?
I saw the first episode and wanted to finish it just because I just love Bebop. I heard very negative things about it, but I did like the way it looked. Like visually, it looked really good.
I like the live action version more than the anime.
Really?
Which puts me in the very small minority, probably.
I do like the actors. The actors on the show, I really like the actors, so I understand.
Omar, hello. I have an English discussion next week about American literature. Can you advise me, please? My name is Omar from Iraq, Baghdad. He has a discussion. What kind of discussion? In a class discussion or club discussion about American literature? Well, read. Do you read a lot, Mike?
I should read more. I don't read enough, but I did buy some books in America and I'm hoping to sit down and read them a lot more.
Are you homesick? Sometimes from Lolly Lolly?
I used to be Lolly Lolly because I haven't been home because of COVID in about 2.5 years. But I just came back from America and seeing my family, so I am no longer homesick. I feel great.
All right, I'm going through the questions. I'm very sorry, everyone. I'm not going to answer every question. I'm going to choose the questions I think are interesting. Although there are some good questions, I also have to consider how long it'll take to answer that question. Harry 300 again. How to live overseas, actually. Can you share some tips about it?
Sure. That's a really good question. I think one of the most important things about being overseas is be ready to try different foods. And some people see it as like, this will be fun to eat different foods. But when you live overseas, sometimes you don't have access to your own cultural foods. And so you have to learn to adjust, or you'll eat out with a group of people and they'll want to eat a certain thing. So in Korea, if we go and eat, like everybody likes Korean barbecue just because it's just grilled meat. But if you go and eat other things, then it's good to learn to adjust and try new foods out. And then also just learn the language, because language opens up the world. When you learn a language, you can communicate with different people and more opportunities happen.
Harry 300, I'm going to give you the real tips. First, have a big fight with your mom and dad. Get on the airplane, go to another country. So you're still angry at your parents. You're not homesick. I'm kidding.
That's perfect.
Mike, do you connect a lot with your family in the U.S.?
I talk to my mom every other day, or maybe every couple of days. Every couple of days.
Oh, good for you. Please, sir, tell me how I can learn Korean.
It's probably the same way you learn English, actually. Almost the same exact way. Just practice, practice, watch TV, write stuff down, and practice more. The short answer.
K Coco Pro Eep. Hello, Teacher Mike, Teacher Robin. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, we have hello, Robin, and hi, Mike from Salome.
Salime. Hello. Salime.
Heidi Alme. Hey. I know that all English skills are important when it comes to learning English. What is the most important skill we need to focus on more? I will say there's the four main skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking. And I would say balance, always balance between the four skills. A lot of people, they usually ignore writing, but writing helps, all the four skills help each other. So by writing, you're improving your knowledge of English, you're improving your vocabulary, which will help your speaking. So I would say none of them are more important. You should consider them all important and balance them.
I completely agree.
This is an English Teaching Live. New here. Welcome. I cannot read your name.
Looks like it says, I know the first two characters is heaven.
Oh.
Or it's like sky. But I can't read the last one. It's just from learning Japanese and kanji. Sky.
All right. I'm going to try to catch up on the comments. There's a lot of good questions here that I'm skipping. Lali, thank you very much for your kind answer, Mike, earlier.
Anytime. Happily.
Mike's such a nice guy. I'm not, right? This is one reason I'm not famous.
I try to be nice. I try. It's hard sometimes.
What's your favorite game?
Oh, favorite game is probably Resident Evil, just because I don't like being scared, but I like playing games like that, like kind of horror games. But at the same time, I'm too afraid to play them. That's why I stream them, because other people like to watch.
Now, I didn't play the game, but I just watched the new Netflix series, Resident Evil. Did you see that?
Did you like it?
No, it was.
Yeah, I didn't even touch it. I was like,
yeah. What are we learning in this live stream? You play too many games and watch too much anime, and I watch too much Netflix. There's some here from Salome. Mike, how do you start your day? Do you have any routine?
Lately, this is kind of a newer routine for me. Is I typically start my day. Let's say when I finally wake up and actually wake up, then I have like a little planner. So I look in my planner and see what's happening for the day. Just because I'm.
Oh, wait! Open it up. Show us a page.
So I got to go all the way to the very beginning, just because. Let's see. It's like, for example, like that.
Okay, you write it all down for the day. Wow. Okay, so you keep organized.
So it's whether I get it all done. I don't know if I do everything, but I try to write stuff down because for me, my attention span, it's hard for me to pay attention to a lot of things, and so when I write it down and then I go back and check, then I can make sure it happens. So it's a skill that I'm trying to grow in.
What was the most stuff that you shocked about most? Layla, I told you never use the word stuff. You got to be specific. because we don't know what you mean by stuff. That could be food, or that could be sports, that could be people. How would you interpret the most stuff?
Well, here I'll fill in a word. So something that shocked me the most when it comes to food in Korea, I did a YouTube video a while back, for a long time ago, for my channel, where we ate something called bundegi. And Rao, you know bundegi.
No, what's that?
It's a bundegi is a silkworm, and so we on my channel we were eating silkworms, and it's canned silkworms. It's not even cooked; it's canned. So I bit into it, and it, like, when you bite into it, it kind of pops, and so then you get canned worm juice in your mouth, and then it tastes like, yeah. I'll stop there. It wasn't. It wasn't.
I never had that. I never will.
All
right. I put the WhatsApp link again. Come into the WhatsApp, join us, talk to us at any time.
Anytime.
But follow the rules, please. She's asking about Korea, when you moved to Korea.
Okay. Yeah, so the food is the first thing. Getting knocked around on the bus in the subway, that was a little shocking. Just because in America, typically we like to have our space between people. Or if you bump somebody, then, well, where I'm from, if you bump somebody, then people say like sorry or excuse me. I'm not from New York. In New York, they bump each other all the time in the streets. But in Korea, in the subways and the buses, like, I've been hit on the arms and the back, and people, they keep going, and that surprised me a lot. One Punch.
One Punch Man, One Piece, Naruto. How do you pronounce that?
Naruto. Yeah, Naruto.
Bleach. I've heard of these. I've heard of everything here, but I've never seen this content. What have you seen?
I've seen. Let me see. I've seen all of One Punch Man. Watched most of Naruto. I haven't seen One Piece because One Piece is like 14, 15 years old, and they still come out with new episodes and everything. So it's just too much to catch up on. It's too much to read. And Naruto and Bleach, I've seen a little bit of Bleach. I've seen a little bit.
Hi guys, can you write? How can I write perfect English? Is very hard for in writing.
Perfect English. I can't write perfect English sometimes.
Yeah, nobody can write in perfect English. So if you're doing, what are you writing for? Whatever you're writing, if it's email or academic writing, you have to write it, but you also have to edit it. You have to. There's programs to help with editing, like Google Docs or MS Word. They will tell you your mistakes. And, it is a skill, and a skill requires practice. So writing, and of course, you're balancing it with the other skills. So reading will certainly help your writing. The more you read, you can see sentence structure, and you can practice those sentence structures, and it'll improve your writing. Tech less and bet. Please start writing every day. Do what you can. How long does it take you to master English? What do you think,
Me,
Mike?
35 years.
That's Hadi. How much are you practicing every day? Some people are 1 hour a week, some people are 1 hour a day, some people are 5 hours a day or more. Also, are you in an English-speaking country right now, or are you not in an English-speaking country? There's so many factors that determine how long it'll take, and your age. If you're, under 20, you're going to pick up the language very fast. If you're over 40, it's going to be a struggle. So I think with 2 years of consistent study, you would be in a good place. Not master it, but you would be in a good place. Hi, Mike. What kind of vehicles you mostly use to travel? Well, do you have a car?
I have a car.
It's a BMW, right?
I wish it was. It's a Kia. I drive a Kia. One day, BMW.
Are you materialistic like that? No, you're not.
No, not really. My favorite car is a Mustang. So I kind of want a Mustang because I just like the car. But I don't need to drive I don't have to drive a really nice car.
Do they still produce Mustangs?
They do. They
I
do.
thought they stopped making those. What are your plans for the future? Future plans? Stay in Korea?
As of now, staying in Korea, I thought about going to Japan, but for a while, I think Korea's perfect for me. No plans to go anywhere else right
I
now.
have to tell everyone, Korea is a great country to live.
Hmm.
It is safe. The people, for the most part, are kind and going to help you if they can. Uh, I just love the transportation system.
Oh yes,
The weather's not too bad. I don't know what else could you say that's good about Korea.
I find that Korea, well, and I do enjoy the food. I like the food a lot. The location of Korea is great when it comes to traveling as well. Because of COVID, things are a little different now, but it's easy normally if I want to go to Southeast Asia. Incheon Airport has easy flights there. Japan, easy flights. So it's a really nice country overall. It's really good.
A lot of teachers come to Japan, Korea. The main reason is they
Mhm.
pay well compared to other countries. So that's probably the primary reason we come over. But of course, once we're here, we fall in love with the place and
Mhm.
stay a long time. And how long have you been in Korea?
Ooh, 8 years now.
8
8 years.
years. So you're still a newbie
As
because
I said, I'm not caught up to you.
I've been here 23 years.
Wow.
Are you going to be here 23 years?
I I don't know if I'll be here that long, but I know I know I still have some time left. I have a good amount of time left in me. 23.
What's your favorite soda? Maybe they're talking to me because I've been drinking some Pepsi Zero. Pepsi
Pepsi
Zero does not
Zero.
sponsor this. Do you drink any soda?
Orange, Fanta, and Sprite.
Now, here's a question. When you were a kid, what did you call soda? I don't think you said soda. What did you call it?
We called it soda.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
in the South we call it soda
in
or
my
Coke.
region, in my region, we called it pop.
Hmm. Yeah, in mine we'll say soda, but then some people will call soda Coke. So like when you order a Coke, it's a Coke, but if you order a Sprite, they call it a Coke. It's
Okay.
it's really
Well, that's
weird.
like Korea where they just say cola,
Uh-huh. Cola.
where they don't really care if it's Coke or Pepsi.
Mm-mm.
That battle didn't come here.
No, it didn't.
But I used to call it pop. But I when I left Canada, I never called it pop again. Uh,
Hmm.
there's regional differences even in North America.
Yeah. What do you call? I'm just curious, Robin. When you go shopping, the thing on the wheels that you push and you put stuff inside, what do you call it?
Shopping cart,
You call it shopping cart? Where I'm from, we call it a buggy.
a buggy.
A buggy.
I've never heard that, and I would never use that. But of course, that is just as valid as a shopping cart.
That's American Southeast for you.
Do you have any plans to travel to Middle East countries such as Saudi Arabia? Says Layla, who is from Saudi Arabia.
Wow. I've never thought about it actually, to be honest with you, Layla. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I just never thought about it. but I can imagine it has to be really nice and pretty in Saudi Arabia. I'm sure. I think it's a lot of sand,
They were
but
in the new. They were in the news this week because they want to build that new superstructure called. I think it's called the Line. Have you heard about that?
I haven't heard about it.
The big city. Okay, only I've heard about it.
I should look it up
Trolley.
then.
Trolley. Did you ever use trolley?
No, but I know people who say trolley.
Do you consider yourself? Do you speak Korean fluently?
No, I would say no. I don't practice Korean enough. I'm sure all of you practice English enough. For me, I practice Korean. I want to start practicing Korean every day. So at least an hour every day, starting off. And that could be reading, writing, definitely listening. I think listening is probably my biggest weakness. Just from listening to full speed speakers, like when speakers speak natively, then I get lost. But I would say right now I'm not fluent, but I speak well enough.
All right. Anna Maria, of course, is always thinking in a negative way. What don't you like about Korea?
Ooh, she's trying to. If there's any Koreans in the chat,
She's trying to get us in trouble and
she's
canceled
trying to get us
out
beat
of
up.
Korea. So we're not going to tell the truth. What's the safe answer, Mike?
That's a safe answer. Something that I wish Korea had more or differently. Oh, I don't know.
Well,
AC,
I will,
air conditioning,
air
within
conditioning.
the walls, like central AC. So like in America, we have vents in the house, so air conditioning comes in from the ceiling. Where's the camera? The ceiling or the floor. But in Korea, like some other parts in Asia, also you have a big thing that blows air, like an AC, right? But my current room does not have an AC in it, and so I'm feeling very hot.
I wish Korea was a little more English friendly. Now, Koreans spend a lot of time and money to learn English, but the country itself is, you still need to speak a lot of Korean.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was English friendly, more English friendly. They don't have to be. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
to be.
Mm-hmm.
They never have to adjust to foreigners, but I wish they did, because sometimes it's difficult, even when you're speaking Korean,
mm-hmm.
for the person you're speaking to I guess be comfortable around you and really listen to what you're saying.
Right. Japan that's a tough one. When I go to Japan, like, and my Japanese is not as good anymore. And their English, almost none, almost not much English at all in Japan. And then you come to Korea and then it's like, oh wow, there's a lot of English here compared to Japan.
But when you go to other countries, that might have worse English or they don't study English formally,
Mm-hmm.
there's more attempts of the general population to try and engage in English
Mm-hmm.
conversation. Not so much in Korea. Again, they don't have to do that. It's their
Right.
country. It's up to us to learn their language. And that's. Did you learn to sing?
I sing in the car.
Don't sing now, please.
Okay.
I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything. Why your guests laugh a lot? Mike's a funny guy.
I like to live happily.
Here you go. Which one you both prefer, Korea or Japan? Choose now. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, depends on what.
Slow. You're thinking. Choose
Korea,
now.
Korea,
now. Choose. Korea.
Korea.
Twice. There you go.
Cheaper. Let's see. Korea's nice on the pocket. It's nice on the pocket. It's a lot cheaper than Japan. So that I do like. That I do like.
I've never lived in Japan, but I have traveled to Japan about 10 times. I've been all over the country. I love Japan. There's so many awesome things about Japan.
Yeah.
but it is expensive.
It's very expensive.
Even if you're working there as a teacher, you're not going to save as much as you can in Korea. So it's I would choose Korea. Well, of course, we're both in Korea right now. We made that choice for whatever reason. But that doesn't mean Japan's bad. Japan is an awesome place to be.
It is. It is.
If you have the money.
There's AV out of money. But it's a cool place.
Oh, it's interesting. You know, in Tokyo, it's just so interesting. You know, Korea is interesting too, but we live here and we're used to it. Whenever I travel to Tokyo. Wow. Hello, thank you very much for this live. I'll be happy if you do more live broadcasts like this. Mike will be here next week alone without me.
I will. You'll be with me, everybody.
Teaching you English or talking about anime. I don't know what he's going to do, but that's up to him. Do you consider Korea cheaper? No is, and spelling on cheaper. Do you consider Korea cheaper than the US?
When it comes to not fruit, America, fruit and meat is cheaper. In Korea, transportation is cheaper. So it's just some things are cheaper, some things are more expensive. Overall, I like Korea though.
Anna Maria says, not negative. It's just a way to know how good it is. Yes, Anna Maria, I'm just teasing you. Okay. Do you know?
I don't know. Do you know?
Okay, because usually I don't get any Korean viewers. So I was wondering if you brought in somebody.
Maybe we can get some more.
It's hard. What about your Michael channel? Do you get a lot of Korean viewers on that?
I do have some Korean viewers. A lot of them, because my channel is in English, a lot of them speak English or they're learning English, and they know my channel through just knowing me, but they come back and watch.
Because the Shaw English channel, less than 1% would be Korean.
That's interesting.
Viewers. I never marketed it in Korea, but although the teachers are from here and they're always talking about Korea, I'm surprised they don't get more Koreans.
Yeah.
Mike, in which app do you learn Korean from?
I use more books and TV, but if I do use an app, I use Talk to Me in Korean. They have pretty good resources for learning Korean, and I know the guy who runs the channel as well, and so he's really nice guy, really cool guy, and so Talk to Me in Korean.
Why don't you introduce me to that nice cool guy?
Yeah, I'll have you meet Hyunwoo. Hyunwoo's a swell dude.
What did you want to become when you were a child?
An actor or a stuntman? More of an actor.
Now, there is an acting modeling community in Korea. Did you or are still going out to auditions or trying to get into some Netflix Korea?
No, but Netflix Korea, I thought I have considered Netflix Korea, but my acting is very underdeveloped. It's not as good. I have to really work on it. I'm hoping that on the YouTube channel, I could be doing more acting, and that kind of builds up my acting abilities by being on camera. But I do know that there is a smaller film group in Korea. Like I forgot Seoul Film Club, and I know they do small stuff. But yeah, I would love to be on Netflix.
I think you can do it, man. Where's your confidence?
I would love to do it. I can do it.
You can do it. Certainly, I would love to. You just have that charisma that I think people enjoy watching you. It's just you haven't I don't mean to be negative here.
No, we haven't tapped into it. Yeah,
you haven't tapped in it the right exact right way. But when you do, wow,
Mhm.
boom, uh, everyone will see what I see.
Thank you, Robin.
Teacher Mike, are you seeing my comments? Yes, we see every comment,
Mhm,
but we
mhm.
cannot answer everything, Pallavi. Do you watch the Japanese anime without subtitles?
I used to. I used to. Now, not as much, but I can still listen
There's
and
not
then
much talking in the Japanese anime, is there?
oh, they do a lot of talking. I would say I pick up percentage wise maybe 40% now.
Hey, Kavinu.
Hey, Kavinu, what is up?
Mike, I need to understand people from Tennessee. I thought I
Oh,
knew English, but their accent is complicated. Any advice?
Tennessee. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm from North Carolina, Georgia, so that's right next to Tennessee. I don't understand them sometimes. So if you don't understand them, don't feel bad. That is a southern accent. It's hard. Everybody they talk like this with or their words go really long and words don't even I said long, but it comes out long. It's hard to
I think a lot of students don't realize that, uh, you know, in their view, there's American and British accent,
hmm
but they don't realize that when you go to America, and we'll just tack on Canada to this, there's so many regions. This is a big place with so many
hmm
different regions and subcultures and different ways of living. And yeah, when you go, if I traveled down to Tennessee, I would be like, "What?" What,
Yeah.
uh, and I imagine if they traveled up to northern Canada, they would be, "What?"
hmm hmm I was born in Louisiana. I never went back, but I do know of people who have the what do you call it? I guess like the Creole kind of accent because it's for anyone who doesn't know, Louisiana, which is in the United States, in the very south, right next to Texas, it used to be owned by the French a long time ago,
All right,
and so
I'm gonna say New Orleans. How would you say it?
because I know folks from Louisiana, they'll say New Orleans.
All right, so
New
yeah,
Orleans, yeah.
New Orleans, I would say New Orleans, and because I haven't been there, that's how I read it, New Orleans, but it's New Orleans, New Orleans.
Even Louisiana, like I say Louisiana, but I know many people who just say Louisiana.
Uh, I was at some teacher conference, and they're asking where everyone's from, and this teacher said, "I'm from Illinois."
Hmm.
I was like, "Illinois? Isn't it
Illinois.
Illinois? Isn't it Illinois?" But he said Illinois, and I was, "What? Is that a thing? Illinois?" Like, I'm talking about the state,
Never heard
Illinois.
of that one. Never
Yeah,
heard of that.
but he said Illinois, and I was like, "Should I correct the person from his own country?" So even in this individual state, there might be variations on
Mhm.
how they speak. Are you a coffee person?
I'm not. I'm a tea person because if I have coffee, I mean, I have a lot of energy already. If I have coffee, then
But
I'm
tea has caffeine too, doesn't it?
it, it does. I think from my experience, we have a saying, everyone, it's called bouncing off the walls. Means that you're just really high energy and kind of crazy. If I have coffee, I will bounce off the walls, literally. Um,
Bounce off the walls. Food. What does that mean again?
I would say you're very high energy and it's a little crazy. Not crazy in like you're actually crazy, but just like maybe just with the amount of energy you have, it's
Yeah.
very spontaneous.
So an idiom, someone with a lot of energy. We're saying they're bouncing off the walls. Maybe they have so much energy. Mike, do you sometimes misunderstand Robin when you talk to him?
Really, I think
Uh,
you.
I think teachers can talk to teachers wherever they are in the world.
Mhm.
We know how to talk to people to be understood because we have to talk to our students.
Yep.
Uh, and certainly Mike's not using his regional accent that probably it's cleaned up a bit.
Oh yeah, it's cleaned
Uh,
up.
when I was up until age 12, I said one, two, tree,
Really.
because my city had a lot of Eastern Canadians and
Hmm.
Eastern Canada. They speak really wacky. Uh, if they're watching, they're gonna hate me. But
Yeah.
anyway, they speak to me. It sounds more like Irish.
Uh huh.
So
Hey
they
there,
say
bud. The
they
bud.
one. They say one, two, three. So a lot of my friends were from Eastern Canada. So I said one, two, tree, like them.
Hmm.
But I had a stepdad that can no, that's unacceptable. And also because my stepdad was from England, so
Oh.
if I said ain't, he would go crazy. He would not allow me to say ain't.
Hmm.
What's your feeling about ain't?
I don't use it normally, but it wouldn't surprise me if I'm with my family and it comes out. So it's one of those words that I feel like I would use with a small group of people who maybe have a similar dialect. Then ain't would
Now,
slip out. But I would never use it for
if
anything.
if you had a student who started using it, would you say keep using it or stop using it?
I would say be aware when and how you use it. It's kind of like the whole idea of code switching. I would say most of the time you won't use it, but if you ever do use it, just understand who you're using it with. But it isn't the best English to use. Does that make if that makes sense?
Because a lot of students listen to American music, and "ain't" is all through
Oh yes.
American songs. I don't allow my students to use it,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
naturally they'll pick it up if they're in
Right.
America. So but I want to try to train them not to use it. But if they're in America, they use it. It's fine wherever they are. But
Right.
so I try
The
to focus them on more stricter speaking rules.
You're right. Right. I was talking to you about where I mentioned like following the rules, but then later after you learn it, then you bend them. Who was I talking to?
Uh,
I thought it was you, but I
might
would
have been.
say like whenever you're learning a language, like fluent speakers, like native speakers, we know the language, so that way we can bend it. We can bend the rules. We don't break it per se, but we can bend it. And I think it's the same whenever you're learning a new language. When you start to really understand it, then you can go back and kind of bend the rules for the language. Yeah. I love Layla's question of I understand all English accents, British and Australia.
Yeah, she's practicing a lot. Um, she's in the group. Layla, Anna Maria,
Yes.
they're in the group talking with you.
I see Layla all the time. Her and Anna Maria always talking.
Mike, have you visited? Oh, she came in late. Mike lived in Panama. Did she? Anna Maria is from Colombia, not
Oh,
British
so
Columbia, Colombia. Have you been
oh.
there?
I don't remember because I was young because Panama's right north of Colombia.
But
And
there's
so
no road. I don't think that there's no road connecting them. You got to
oh
take
really?
it.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't drive from Central America to South America because there's that jungle area where the drug
Mhm.
cartel doesn't allow any development.
Oh, well in
So,
that case, no. I've never been to
from
Colombia.
Panama, you would have to take a ferry to Colombia.
Oh, well then no. I've never been.
Are you guys using idioms a lot whenever you have a conversation? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Certainly, if you're not now, but
Mhm.
certainly if two native speakers are speaking, there's going to be a lot more slang, idioms, and cultural references.
Mhm.
That it would be hard for you to understand everything.
Yes, I use a lot of idioms whenever I talk to people. Some idioms are regional idioms, idioms that you would normally hear back from where I'm from, and then sometimes they're idioms that most English speakers use.
Eunice, hi Robin, hi Mike. The lesson about passive voice was amazing. Thanks.
Thank you.
What was your feeling when Robin asked you to do an interview with you?
I was like, "Oh yes, I am there." Like as soon as Robin asked me if I want to do an interview, immediately I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So I'm enjoying just hanging out here with you all and just talking.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up in a minute or two. So get any final comments in, everyone. Reminder, Mike has his YouTube channel. Links are below this video. Mike's English Lab. He's starting his own stuff there, and he's a funny guy. So please go subscribe and watch his videos. Also, we have our WhatsApp group. Links are below this video. Join the WhatsApp group, and you can talk to Mike, me, and other teachers anytime. Of course, WhatsApp group has a lot of rules, so please keep the rules, or you will be
Mhm.
kicked out. Mike, do you have any final comments?
Um, I really just enjoyed being here with you all. It was great. I'm in the WhatsApps group, so if you're not in it, you have to join them. But I'm being in there and kind of chatting with everyone there, and it's just overall such a great community. And I love that. Oh, saying Sleepwalker wants to know if I have streams on my channel. On my old channel, I did streams. I will do streams on my new channel. Sleepwalker also asked if I have any funny stories that's happened to me as a teacher, and I think that's a great thing to do for a stream is even to have story time. And so
All right, we'll
I think
save
that would be
those.
a great
Save
thing for.
those. All right. All right. Thanks a lot, chat. Everyone's here, and we'll be in the group to talk to you. Yeah, anyway, Mike will be here next week with his own live stream. So please come back next week and learn something from Mike. So thanks for watching, everyone. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Mike.
Thank you. Anytime.
All right.